Imagine a bird released hundreds of kilometers from its loft. A bird that has never seen this land before. Yet, despite unfamiliar territory, storms, wind, and obstacles, it finds its way home with extraordinary accuracy. This is the homing pigeon. A bird whose ability to navigate has fascinated humans for thousands of years. From ancient civilizations to modern racing sports, pigeons have been trusted messengers. War heroes and incredible athletes. They do not carry GPS, maps, or electronic devices. Instead, they use a combination of natural tools, a unique blend of instinct, senses, memory, and even the earth itself, to always find home. In this documentary, we will explore how pigeons evolved their homing instinct, the history of pigeons as messengers, the sun compass, the magnetic compass and magnetic map, the olfactory map, vision and memory, how weather, wind, and low-frequency sounds influence navigation, and how all these systems combine to create the ultimate living navigation system. By the end, you will understand why the homing pigeon is not just a bird, but a living marvel of nature. Chapter 1. Before understanding the science, we must explore history. For thousands of years, humans have relied on pigeons to carry messages across impossible distances. The earliest use of pigeons dates back over 3,000 years. Ancient Egyptians, Persians, and Greeks trained birds to deliver messages. In Greece, pigeons carried Olympic results between cities. In Rome, generals used pigeons to send updates from the battlefield. Pigeons were chosen not for speed or strength, but for their instinct to return home, even without understanding navigation. Humans recognized their incredible ability. During the Middle Ages, pigeons connected kings, traders, and cities across Europe. Financial newspapers used pigeons to carry stock market results from London to Belgium in under 2 hours, faster than any ship. The First World War and Second World War elevated pigeons to hero status. Cherami, G.I. Joe, and countless unnamed birds delivered critical messages, often at great personal cost. Pigeons saved lives when human technology failed. After the wars, racing pigeons emerged as a sport. Belgium, the Netherlands, the UK, and later China became centers of competitive pigeon racing. The skill of navigation was now tested scientifically, timed, and celebrated. Yet the question remained, how do pigeons navigate with such accuracy? Chapter 2. The homing instinct begins with evolution. To understand pigeon navigation, we must go back millions of years. Long before humans kept pigeons, their ancestors developed a natural homing instinct. The wild rock pigeon, Columba livia, nested on cliffs and rocky coasts. These birds had a natural behavior. Whenever they flew away to feed or explore, they always returned to the same ledge. Returning home was survival. Those who returned survived and reproduced. Those who did not were lost. Over generations, this instinct became stronger. Selective pressures favored birds that could orient themselves over long distances. Strong memory, sharp vision, and innate navigation skills became encoded in their DNA. When humans began domesticating pigeons, they reinforced this natural talent. Birds that reliably returned home were bred, while less successful navigators were removed from the gene pool. This created the modern homing pigeon, a bird with extraordinary orientation abilities. The homing instinct is deeply embedded in the brain. It is not just visual or memory-based. It combines multiple systems: magnetic sensitivity, sun position, visual landmarks, olfactory cues, sound and low-frequency perception, wind and pressure patterns. All contribute to a complex internal map. Chapter 3. The Sun Compass. Beginning of celestial navigation. One of the oldest navigation tools for pigeons is the sun. Humans invented sundials. Pigeons were born with one. The sun provides a reliable, predictable reference. Rising in the east, moving across the sky, and setting in the west. The sun's position allows pigeons to orient themselves during flight. Young pigeons learn the sun's movement and associate it with the direction of home. Their internal circadian clock helps them interpret the sun's position. The bird knows the time of day. It can calculate the proper flight direction relative to the sun. Experiments with time-shifted pigeons demonstrate this principle. When their internal clocks are artificially altered, pigeons initially fly in the wrong direction because they misinterpret the sun's location. Over time, they often correct using other cues, proving that the sun compass is part of a multisensory system. Even on cloudy days, pigeons can navigate using alternative systems, magnetic fields, visual landmarks, and smells. But when visible, the sun compass provides fast, accurate orientation. Chapter 3. The sun compass continued. The sun compass is elegant, but it is only one piece of the puzzle. Even on bright days, the pigeon's brain integrates the sun with memory of the landscape, wind patterns, olfactory cues, magnetic input. This combination ensures accuracy over long distances. Young pigeons, during training flights, gradually refine their internal sun compass. They learn the subtle relationships between the sun, the terrain, and their loft. By adulthood, a homing pigeon can fly hundreds of kilometers, adjusting in real time for clouds, weather changes, or minor disorientation, while relying heavily on the sun's position whenever possible. Thus, the sun compass provides a fast and reliable reference, but the bird's internal navigation system is far more complex. Chapter 4, The Magnetic Map, Navigation through Earth's Magnetic Field. While the sun compass guides pigeons during daylight, they also rely on a mysterious, invisible system, the Earth's magnetic field. Every point on Earth has a unique magnetic signature. From Amsterdam to Paris, from the Netherlands to Spain, the intensity and angle of magnetic lines vary slightly. Pigeons can sense these variations, effectively giving them a biological GPS magnetoreception, the sixth sense. Inside a pigeon's beak are tiny crystals of magnetite, a naturally magnetic mineral. These crystals detect the Earth's magnetic field and send signals to the brain, allowing the bird to sense direction and position without sight or smell. Magnetoreception works in two ways. Compass sense determines north, south, east, and west. Map sense identifies the bird's location relative to its home loft. Together, they allow pigeons to navigate in areas with no visible landmarks. Experimental evidence. Scientists confirmed this sense in several ways. Magnet attachment experiments. Pigeons fitted with small magnets on their heads became disoriented on cloudy days, showing reliance on magnetism when the sun was obscured. Magnetic storm studies. Solar storms disrupt the Earth's magnetic field, temporarily confusing pigeons and slowing their flights. Time shift experiments. Even when pigeons misread the sun, magnetic cues help them reorient over longer distances. This demonstrates that magnetism is crucial for reliable homing. Integration with other systems. The magnetic compass does not operate alone. Pigeons combine magnetism with the sun compass, olfactory cues, visual landmarks, wind and pressure patterns. The magnetic field provides global orientation, while other senses provide local guidance. Magnetism and accuracy. A pigeon navigating solely by magnetic cues may know the general direction of home but not the exact loft. This is why pigeons also rely on smell, memory, and vision as they approach familiar areas. Yet, the magnetic sense is a stable, always available guide day or night over forests, mountains, rivers, or open fields. Chapter 5, The Power of Smell, Olfactory Navigation in Pigeons. One of the most fascinating discoveries in pigeon navigation is their sense of smell. For a long time, scientists assumed that birds relied mostly on sight or magnetic fields. However, research revealed that olfactory cues, smells carried by the wind, play a major role in homing. How smell creates a map. Every region has unique odors, from flowers, trees, rivers, soil, and urban environments. Pigeons imprint these smells around their home loft from an early age. When released far from home, they detect the surrounding smells and compare them to their internal olfactory map. Coastal areas may carry salty air. Forests produce earthy, plant-based odors. Cities have distinctive chemical smells. This creates a mental scent map that helps the pigeon identify its position relative to home. Experiments that proved olfactory navigation. Researchers conducted classic experiments. Anosmia experiment. Pigeons were fitted with small tubes blocking their nasal passages. Birds that could not smell had difficulty returning home, especially in unfamiliar areas. This showed that smell is essential for orientation. Wind shift experiments. By manipulating wind direction during training, scientists observed that pigeons used wind-borne odors as directional cues. Displaced smell training. Pigeons exposed to artificially modified odors at home could become confused temporarily, demonstrating the accuracy and dependence on smell. Olfaction works with other systems. Smell alone cannot guide a pigeon perfectly, especially over long distances, but combined with sun compass, magnetic compass, visual memory, olfactory navigation becomes a key piece of the puzzle. Young pigeons gradually refine their olfactory map during training flights. Each release teaches them new scent patterns, strengthening their navigational accuracy. Chapter 6, Visual Navigation, landmarks and memory. As pigeons approach familiar areas, vision becomes increasingly important. Even the best olfactory or magnetic map cannot guide a bird to a single loft door. This is where visual landmarks come into play. Landmarks and route memory. Pigeons use prominent features such as rivers, lakes and coastlines, roads and railways, buildings, bridges and towers, forests and mountain ridges. These landmarks help pigeons recognize their position and make small course corrections. Through repeated flights, pigeons memorize routes. They learn to associate sequences of landmarks with direction and distance. Experienced racing pigeons develop long-term visual memory. This allows them to fly home faster and more efficiently. Even through changing landscapes, vision and AI-like pattern recognition. A pigeon's eyes are highly adapted. Large visual field, rapid motion detection, high resolution in daylight, ability to see polarized light, helpful for sun compass. These visual abilities let pigeons detect subtle cues humans might miss. They recognize complex patterns in the landscape, like a trained navigator recognizing city streets from a satellite map. Integration with other senses. Visual navigation works hand in hand with other systems. Magnetic compass provides global direction. Sun compass offers daytime orientation. Smell gives a regional map. Vision gives local accuracy. This multisensory integration allows pigeons to be precise even in unfamiliar territory. Training visual skills. Racing pigeon fanciers know that visual training is crucial. Young pigeons are released progressively farther from home. Each flight reinforces their memory of landmarks and terrain. Over time, pigeons develop superior spatial awareness, making them capable of incredible homing feats. Chapter 7. Ultrasound and low-frequency sensitivity. Pigeons can hear much more than humans. They are sensitive to ultrasound and low-frequency sounds, some of which travel hundreds of kilometers. This ability allows pigeons to detect subtle environmental cues that humans cannot perceive. Infrasound detection. Infrasound refers to sounds below the range of human hearing, often generated by ocean waves, waterfalls, strong wind, distant storms, moving traffic in urban areas. These low-frequency sounds create a vibrational map that pigeons can detect and use for orientation. Experiments show that when infrasound is masked or disrupted, pigeons experience initial disorientation, especially over long distances. Why infrasound matters. Provides a consistent global cue when other senses are limited. Helps pigeons detect large-scale landscape features. Acts as a backup system during cloudy, foggy or visually confusing conditions. The combination of infrasound, magnetism and vision creates a redundant and highly reliable navigation system. Chapter 8. Wind, air pressure and weather influences. Weather is another critical factor in pigeon navigation. While humans might consider weather an obstacle, pigeons use it as information. Wind patterns. Pigeons detect wind direction and strength using feather sensors, air pressure changes near the skin, subtle differences in flight resistance. By adjusting their flight relative to the wind, pigeons can conserve energy and maintain the optimal route home. Air pressure and storms. Changes in barometric pressure signal approaching storms. Pigeons often alter their flight path or altitude to avoid turbulence. Some studies suggest pigeons can detect pressure gradients, using them as orientation cues. Temperature and humidity. Temperature gradients can affect thermal currents, helping pigeons glide efficiently. Humidity carries sense over distances, aiding olfactory navigation. Integration with other systems. Weather cues are not standalone systems. They work in concert with magnetic compass, sun compass, olfactory map, visual landmarks. Pigeons constantly process real-time data, adjusting their trajectory in response to dynamic environmental conditions. Chapter 9. The pigeon brain and navigation processing. All these senses, sun, magnetism, smell, vision, infrasound, wind, converge in the pigeon's brain. Specialized brain regions. Hippocampus, crucial for spatial memory and landmark recognition. Cluster N. Processes magnetic and solar cues. Olfactory bulbs, interpret sense for navigation. Multisensory integration. The brain synthesizes all inputs to create a mental map. Global cues, magnetic field, sun compass. Regional cues, smell, infrasound. Local cues, visual landmarks, terrain memory. This layered system allows pigeons to correct errors and find home with astonishing accuracy. Memory and learning. Pigeons learn from experience. Repeated flights reinforce olfactory, visual and route memory. Mistakes are remembered and avoided in future flights. Training young pigeons improves their overall navigation efficiency. The pigeon brain is a natural supercomputer for orientation, integrating multiple sensory streams in real time. Chapter 10. Training, Release Points, and Modern Racing Pigeons. Homing pigeons are not born ready for extreme long-distance flights. Their extraordinary abilities are honed through careful training and experience. Training young pigeons. Young pigeons begin with short flights, gradually increasing distance. Each release teaches them about landmarks, wind patterns, and olfactory cues. Consistency strengthens memory and builds confidence. Release points, Lossingsplatsen. Strategic release points are critical in racing. Locations vary in distance and terrain complexity. Pigeons learn to adapt to unfamiliar environments. Experienced birds use previous training to navigate efficiently. Training also enhances the use of sun, magnetism, smell, and visual landmarks. The more a bird is exposed to different scenarios, the more reliable its homing ability becomes. Modern racing techniques. Today's racing pigeon sport combines tradition and science. Breeders select birds with strong genetics for navigation. Training schedules are meticulously planned. Nutrition, loft environment, and health monitoring optimize performance. Racing pigeons now routinely fly hundreds of kilometers at high speeds, consistently returning home with remarkable accuracy. Chapter 11. Myths, Misunderstandings, and Legends of Pigeon Navigation. Pigeons have inspired myths for centuries. Some believe they are magical birds with supernatural powers. Others think they rely solely on one sense, like smell or magnetism. Common misunderstandings. Magnetism only. Pigeons do not fly home just using magnetic fields. Smell alone. Olfactory cues are vital but cannot provide exact directions over hundreds of kilometers. Sight alone. Visual landmarks work primarily near home. Legends and stories. Sher Ami, the heroic pigeon of World War I, saved lives under fire. Pigeons reportedly carried messages across hostile territories, inspiring awe and stories of bird intelligence beyond human understanding. The truth is remarkable but grounded in biology, evolution, and training, not magic. Understanding their multiple systems reveals that pigeons are one of nature's most efficient living navigators. Chapter 12. Conclusion. The marvel of homing pigeons. Homing pigeons are not just birds. They are living navigation systems capable of integrating sun compass, magnetic map, olfactory cues, visual landmarks, infrasound and low-frequency signals, wind, air pressure and weather changes. The ultimate navigators. Their brains process these inputs in real time, creating an internal GPS decades ahead of human technology, whether used by ancient civilizations. In war or for modern racing, pigeons demonstrate the perfection of evolution combined with human selection. They remind us of the incredible complexity of nature. A system that works flawlessly without GPS, electricity, or maps. As we release a pigeon today flying over forests, rivers, and cities, it carries the legacy of millions of years of evolution, hundreds of generations of training, and a testament to nature's genius. And there you have it, the incredible journey of the homing pigeon. From the rising sun to the Earth's magnetic field. From subtle scents in the air to landmarks etched in memory, pigeons use a combination of nature's most remarkable tools to find their way home. These birds are not just messengers or racing champions. They are living navigators guided by instinct, evolution, and intelligence beyond what we often imagine. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of pigeon navigation, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more fascinating stories from the natural world. And remember, the next time you see a pigeon gliding home, know that it carries a legacy millions of years in the making, a story written in feathers, wind, and the invisible maps of the Earth itself. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep appreciating the marvels of nature.